Hey guys, so this is my update video on uh, my health. Um, Something else has happened since I think I have talked to you guys last about my health, which I will get to that here in a little bit. But I am still sick. Um, my head, I had the sinus pressure, headaches. I still have my cough. My chest still hurts. It's not as bad. I haven't. Um, I have not gotten to the point where I can't breathe, which is a good thing. I get close, but it's not there. So I have. My chest is still rattling. It's rattling as I'm speaking. I went and seen the pulmonologist. Well, hang on, let me stop for a second. Backstory. Um, if anyone's new or unaware, the very end of June, beginning of July, my daughter, it was the end of June, my daughter got sick. She had an infection, was put on medicine. She was put on an antibiotic. Took her a week to get over it. By the time she finished her medicine, she's fine. So she was on her medicine the first week of July. First week of July, I picked up the cough. I thought maybe it was just allergies, but come to find out it's not. My birthday, which was the 9th, I ended up going to urgent care because it was getting bad. They told me I had bronchitis. They put me on a antibiotic. Second, so I had the first week of coughing, and then beginning of the second week I went to urgent care. Beginning of the third week I went back to urgent care because I was still feeling rough. They put me on a steroid. Following Monday, it was so bad I had to go to the emergency room. My head felt like a balloon ready to bust. Again, I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. I had the sinus pressure. My sinuses were pouring. Anything they put me on to try to stop my sinuses from pouring did not work. It helped some, but not enough. I was basically seemed like asthma attacks, kind of, in a way. So yeah, the Monday I ended up going to the emergency room. Then I don't remember when after that I ended up. It was a Friday. It might have been the following Friday because I was at my customer's house who is a nurse for Ohio Health. And she was concerned that I had pneumonia. So I ended up going. I was on my way home to get my daughter. I had to stop and get gas. While I had pulled up to the gas pump, I started getting to the point where I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt really bad. I felt lightheaded, very dizzy. I ended up getting out, putting gas in my car, and I actually had my daughter with me in the car, which terrified me. And I was only probably 4 miles from home. Um, my doctor's office called to check on me, actually while I was at the gas pump, thank goodness. And they ended up getting me an appointment to get in to the doctor, but I was telling them that I may have to go to the emergency room because of how I was feeling. And then I ended up calling my grandma after I got off the phone with them and got my gas put in my car. And I was talking to my grandma on the phone. She's the one that lives the closest to me. So I was talking to her and had her stay on the phone with me the entire time. I was driving to get home because I wanted someone to know and make sure that my daughter and I got home safe. By the time I got home, I could barely walk the 2 feet from my car to my front door. I called my daughter's dad, my other half, and he ended up leaving work to come home so I could go to the emergency room so someone could watch my daughter. So by this point, I had been on 2 antibiotics. I had been on, I believe, 2 steroids. So I went to the hospital, and the first time I was at the hospital, they did an x-ray, and they said that I did not have bronchitis. And I have been tested for COVID 3 times throughout this entire thing. And every time it came back negative. So the second time I was sorry, my story is probably all over the place. I apologize. I'm trying to remember everything. So the second time I was at the emergency room, they ended up doing a CT scan. They said I did not have pneumonia, that my lungs didn't show any pneumonia. And they told me that I needed to go to a pulmonologist. So I ended up, after this visit to the emergency room, I went to my follow-up appointment at my doctor's, and they referred me to the pulmonologist through Ohio Health. Funny, my previous primary care through Ohio Health, she ended up leaving. Whoops. Sorry guys, I accidentally stopped the recording. But my primary care through Ohio Health actually left and is now serving through the Ohio Health Pulmonology Department. But so I went. He ended up prescribing me. Oh, also forgot to tell you, I was also on a inhaler with steroid, and I do have an emergency inhaler. So my pulmonologist ended up stopping the inhaler with steroid that I was on and put me on a new one. Now that was 2 weeks ago from today, the moment that I'm recording. My inhaler wasn't getting approved through insurance. They had a hard time with them. So they ended up prescribing me a different one. Well, that just got filled 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And I've been so busy, I literally haven't had time to pick it up. So that I'm doing today. I am going to go pick that up. But he told me that he is not concerned that I have asthma, because I did have asthma when I was a kid. That was when I was 4 or 5 years old. And then I grew out of that. But he's telling me he's not concerned that I have asthma at the moment, that he still believes that it is the infection that I picked up from my daughter at the end of June. And he is telling me that it could take me 6 months to get over this. Now that I'm dealing with all of that, 3 weeks ago today, we are going into the 3rd week from today. I was in a car accident. I was rear-ended. Now, I am very, very thankful for the car that I have. I was at a traffic light. It was actually a red light. I was stopped. I was looking at the light while it was still red, and I was starting to get clammy and hot from being sick, which was another symptom of mine, being very clammy. And just, I'd get the sweats, not doing a single thing. And so I had looked away to change the direction of where my AC was and to cool it down. And by the time that I looked back up, I had realized the light had turned green. The car in front of me, there was actually 2 cars in front of me. The car that was directly in front of me was still in the intersection. And literally, as I was getting ready to take my foot off the brake to start accelerating, I was rear-ended. The road that I was on is a 45 mile per hour zone, and very few people in this area drive that speed limit. Most people drive 55, 60 on this road. And he hit me hard, really hard, and I was surprised about the damage on my car. I was expecting it to be shattered. I was expecting my bumper to be pushed in. I have totaled 2 cars in my lifetime. I have admitted my faults. The first car that I totaled, I pulled out in front of someone that was going 35 miles an hour, and it totaled my car. That was a Kia Sportage, one of my favorite cars up until now. I still love that car though. And then I had my mother's car, her Kia Forte, which I was paying off. I actually rear-ended a family. I believe it was in a van or a Jeep or something. There was an SUV or something. It was a bigger vehicle. And I totaled that. I destroyed the front end of my car. And I was only going 40. I'm pretty sure the guy was going at least 40, 45 by the time he hit me. I'm suffering from whiplash. My lower head and neck hurt very bad. My back hurts. My back is off and on pain. And my shoulders hurt off and on. I'm suffering tension headaches from the car accident. I had an immediate headache from the impact. I ended up calling the police, and the guy did have insurance. There's a few other things that I found out that I'm not going to share. But yes, he did have insurance. It took a little over a week for his insurance company to get a hold of him. I finally got an appointment scheduled to have my car evaluated. And that won't be until October 18th. Due to inflation and car parts being hard to find, apparently, I guess. I don't know. And the company that State Farm wants me to go through, they're just that busy. I'm seeing a chiropractor. I don't know if I said this, but the police were called. A medic showed up on scene, and I actually ended up going to the hospital afterwards because for my headache, nausea was starting to set in. I couldn't think straight. I was confused. I actually almost drove off after he hit me because I was so confused. But I'll be okay. I'm just thankful my daughter wasn't in the car when I got rear-ended. My bumper only has a crack. It has his license plate embedded, and there's a dent, a small dent. My trunk is a little hard to close. I do have to slam it. I can't just close it gently like I'm used to. And there are car parts inside my trunk that are out of place. So even though people tell me it looks like a 5-mile-per-hour hit, I do believe there's damage done behind my bumper. Like I said, he hit me very hard. He told the police he was only going 20 miles per hour. Said that he was had his foot on the brake and noticed the light turned green and let off the brake and kept going to rear end me. Now, I don't understand if you had your foot on the brake why you wouldn't continue to stop until you noticed that I was going, or to use your horn to make me aware that the light had changed. But he didn't. So that's where I stand. I hurt. I hurt really bad. I'm tired of being sick. This summer has been awful. And my chiropractor's telling me it could take me 5 weeks to heal from this, or it could take me 15 weeks to heal from this. I'm hoping not that long, but with the way I feel, who knows? I hurt really bad. So, today is the holiday. What is it? Labor Day, Memorial Day? I don't know. I get them confused. Like Labor Day. So I'm gonna hop off here. My daughter's actually at her mama and papa's today. She stayed the night last night, so I'm gonna hop off here. And I'm gonna go work on some diamond art, which will appear in another video that you'll see later. I have videos from before I got sick that I was going to edit and post. At this point, I think I'm just going to delete them and start over. It's just, there's so many, I don't have the energy to do it. So I will see you guys on the next one. hopefully I can start getting more videos out soon. I apologize. Saturdays up until the end of October, I will be going live in the morning, probably about 10 o'clock. Daisy's playing soccer, so if you would like to join in and cheer her on, you can do so. I'm so proud of her. She scored 2 goals on her own, and she had an assist. It was almost a 3rd goal by herself. She was very disappointed because one of the other girls kicked the ball out from her and kicked it into the goal, but she got it all the way down to the goal. So I'm so proud of her. She's awesome. She loves soccer. It is one of her favorites. So if you guys would like to join in about 10 o'clock, please do so. We'd love to see you join in and cheer her on. But until then, I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.